Hey, welcome in. Today is Wednesday. Not quite time for preserving the magic, but decided that we just needed some playtime in general. Figured I'd drag you guys along. Hey, Mike Wheeler, what is up? Did anyone else notice that I scheduled the stream for 11 p.m.? Yeah, that happened. So it's not 11 p.m., it's 11 a.m. And I moved it to 11:20 to give YouTube time to correct my mistake. So that is a fact. Let me pull you guys up in YouTube so I can see who we have hanging out with us today. Lots of things happening on YouTube, I see. So that's always fun. Everybody gets a little midday entertaining. I'm on the dinosaur computer, so of course it takes a hot second. I do show that 8 people are watching, and we already have 7 thumbs up. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it very much. I did get my sound working on my earbud today, so we won't have that issue going on. All right, here we go. Now we're back. I got you guys. So I know I'm going to have some friends coming in a little bit later, but wanted to take a second to say hi to you guys first. Oh my gosh, I love the name. So our first friend to join us is the cellar dweller. I so love the name. That's fantastic. Are you ever going to get ungrounded from the hole?
Yeah. Soon.
Soon. Okay, soon. I'm glad because I'm getting a little concerned.
I plan on taking trying to go out and get another test on Friday, so another quick test. So if that happens and I'm good, that's 7 days. So
yay! Insane.
Yeah.
Totally insane. I'm so sorry you're having to go through this, but hats off to you for trying to keep everybody safe. So
yeah,
it still sucks.
Hi everybody.
Mike Wheeler, Jesse, good morning. Cool drummer in the house. Walto Grams, what is up, Dougie?
Well,
Jennifer White. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Finish your.
Okay. Jennifer White, Lori Jean Carlson. Good morning. I am doing pretty well today. Mike Wheeler, I am excited that today is National Chocolate Day. Are you kidding me? I had no idea. Annie, good morning. Good to see you. Rockin' Robin in the house. Back in the basement again. It's Joey's World says, good morning, my awesome friends. I put the
it's a whole
in the bucket.
Yeah, it's the whole Silence of the Lambs stuff.
Oh, well, we all know I haven't seen that yet, so sorry.
Yeah. No, I figured, thank goodness somebody went live because I was bored as heck down here. I picked up to watching Arrow on Netflix, and I've burned through at least 2 seasons already.
Oh, wow. Have you seen, it's on BBT, and it is their version of Robin Hood. It is amazing.
No,
we love it. We love it. It's not corny. It's done very, very well. And Robin's kind of hot. So, yeah.
Robin's kind of hot. That's nice.
Not that matters to you, but I'm just saying.
No, it doesn't matter to me at all. So I think somebody asked me what I was doing, and pretty much it's just basically, so I was around somebody who possibly had it or did have it, and they just said I should get tested and just being safe.
Just being safe.
So,
which is very awesome.
After lunch today. I'm going to go out and take a walk out in some like conservatory path, or just to get out of the house and be around nobody. I could be in my own car, you know.
So how's Billy doing with all of this?
She's good. She's working from home, doing her best, and every time I come upstairs to get coffee or go to the bathroom, I get wipes thrown at me. Wipe down everything.
Wow. She's standing at the top of the stairs and spraying you with Lysol?
She should, right? Who knows? Maybe she'll prefer me down here. Who knows? No, I think I'm gonna. If I get a test on Friday and it comes back negative, that's 7 days from the time I was possibly exposed, and I should have some antibodies. And I've already got one negative test, so actually 2 negative tests, because the one I took on Sunday and Monday both came back negative. So
awesome. Well, we will be praying for you for sure. Wendy says, good morning. Adulting is crappy, right? So is quarantine.
Yeah. I don't think I took it as serious as I should have in the past. And I apologize, but I definitely should have taken it much more serious. When it starts hitting home, it's crazy.
I have a friend who is really bad. Really bad. So we'll be lucky if she doesn't end up in ICU. But
the thing is like there's the medicine and it's crazy when you talk about what's going on, and the survival rate is pretty high unless there's some like other causes that, you know, there's underlying effects. I mean, that's the guys that get
I was looking for my mouse. Apparently I don't have one.
Oh,
Sorry.
What's up, Teemu?
Oh, why are my headphones working? Hold on.
So, wait, Tracy is Glenn's in the basement because of this crazy question mark. No, I just precautionary measures. So, I actually took
no echo, so it's fine.
I went out and, you know, actually did my hair today. I'm not wearing a hat, and I could still technically go out like I'm teaching. I'm gonna wear the mask. I have at least 2 negative tests in front of me, so I think I'm 100% safe. I just want to make sure Billy Joe is fine and happy.
No, it's love.
Yeah. It's Tracy doesn't want to get hollered at all the time.
It's because Billy has a broom. That's why.
The best part is I can talk all kinds of crap. She won't even come close to me with a broom right now.
True. I need to get her a longer broom.
I do. Hi, Tina.
Annie has been through this twice with her husband's work. That is awful. Awful. It's Joey's World wants to know how you are possibly wearing a t-shirt and you're down in the basement. It would be freezing.
It's actually not bad down here because we actually in my town we have a high water table, so the humidity level in our basements are pretty high, and the chance of water. So we actually invested in something called the WAVE system. It's a WAVE, and what it does is it collects the it's like a dehumidifier, but it doesn't actually dehumidifier stuff. It takes the cool, moist air from the bottom part of the basement, takes it up and throws it outside. So it's just like a small vacuum motor that just keeps continuing. But what that does also is bring down the warm, because on the top of the basement, there's a grate and it pulls air from the upstairs. So the warm air comes down with as it's taking the cool, moist air from the bottom of the basement floor and throwing it outside. It's also drawing fresh air from downstairs, which is bringing in the warmer air. So it's actually pretty nice and warm down here. It's not super cold.
Sounds complicated for my wee little brain.
It's actually pretty simple and easy. You know, with a dehumidifier, you have to empty out the water and all that other stuff. And during the wintertime, it gets kind of, it doesn't do it as well. Because really, dehumidifier is just like an air conditioner. It's just pulling the moisture out of the air. And it's a lot more a lot more. That's funny, Tina. Thank you.
I haven't
There's,
got.
this costs a lot less in a long run to run than a dehumidifier, and all it does is it's a fan motor that pulls moisture, cool moist air from the basement outside and dumps it outside. Which there's other effects. There's also like natural recurring radon in people's houses. So if you're ever buying a house, that you have to have the radon test in the basement to make sure that there's not a lot of radon in your house. This is also helps with that. It's probably one of the best investments we've ever invested in the house, and so far it works pretty good.
That's cool. That's super cool. Mike says, Tracy, I wouldn't hold it against Billy to come up with a way to reach you with the broom. And Kinsey wants to make sure you know that the broom is pretty long and it could work for whacking.
Kenzie, shouldn't you be in like online class upstairs?
She's working on it, Dad. No worries.
And I actually shaved today, so I was looking pretty scruffy there for a while.
We are feeling quite special.
Grow your hair out.
I did grow my hair out, but I also have to keep it trained because if not, do you remember the picture that was shown on was Pete McDevitt the other night? Yeah,
the one that woke me up.
Why? I just
Sad.
All of a sudden, this bright light.
But the thing is everybody almost has that picture, so it's not like it's a secret.
Where's Garrett? Garrett, we need you.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Dad Builds. Welcome in.
Dad Builds.
And yes, Kenzie, I did move the couch. It was, I've made it much easier to be down here.
So what exactly are you doing? Do you have like a TV down there?
I took the TV that was in Kenz's room. She had a TV. She actually has a TV mounted on her wall, and she had a TV on her desk, which she didn't use the one that was mounted on her wall. So I said, I'm taking the TV that was on her desk since she's supposed to be in college most of the time. And I took it down here. I had the laptop, and I took the Fire Stick that was in her room. So I have Netflix and all the stuff that I need to watch TV up here. Down here, I got the computer. I've got in touch with the outside world. I got my phone. It's just, every once in a while I have to go upstairs for the essentials, bathroom and coffee.
Coffee. Yes, coffee. Agreed. So, Tina.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dang, it's not straight. Are there any beach balls still in the house?
Did you pop them all, Tina?
No, I didn't pop them all.
I would have popped every one of those suckers. Pop, pop, pop.
No more ice cream.
I want more ice cream.
Listen, Gomez, no more ice cream.
Ice cream.
No.
Ice cream, you scream, you'll scream.
Sorry, Beth, get him a little more ice cream. I didn't give him.
Can they hear me? Turn your headset on.
Oh, someone wants some ice cream, Tuna. In the middle of this. Oh, at least she changed her picture.
No, Christine.
What's that?
Christine, are you still in chat? Oh,
What's
my
up?
goodness. She just, hey, girly girl. Way to be in class, sister.
Doesn't start for another
30 seconds.
20 minutes.
Oh, plenty of time.
And yes, I stole the TV she normally uses.
Christine, I got your message, and I'm so, so sorry. Lots of prayers for you and your family.
So I
Christine's having a hard time with some family. Huh?
I was going to tell you guys, I tried something new. I know it's small, but Mom got these yogurt things.
Oh, do you like those?
I don't like yogurt, but I like these snack things.
That's cool.
So it's not big, but it's something that I tried.
Right? You'll find as you get older that things start to taste differently, and you'll like things that you never liked before. No one
And
wants
now-
to chime in on that.
Now, if she can only eat like sauce, she could enjoy like
Nope.
good pasta.
Nope. Sauce is not happening.
Okay, so when we, when we all get together, I am going to make Kinsey, actually I'm gonna make all of you, one of my homemade calzones. You serve the marinara on the side. You don't put it inside the bread.
Yeah,
And
but here's
you
the
go.
problem. But here's the problem. You do a homemade calzone for Kenzie, you can't use ricotta cheese because she doesn't even like ricotta cheese.
I don't use ricotta cheese.
What do you
Do you
use?
like mozzarella cheese?
Of course.
I use mozzarella
Well,
in
that's
mine.
fine.
Yeah, but usually calzones, ricotta and mozzarella and folded
Don't
over.
tell Yvonne how to make her calzones.
Don't you
Yvonne
say
can make her calzones the way she wants to make her calzones. Not everybody
That's
makes
fine.
it. Tell us.
I'm not worried about what you can do and what you could say because you're upstairs and you're not coming down here to aggravate me. So
Oh, I could totally whack you with a broom. I could like, what was it? How the medieval people would like spears? They like throwing spears. I could just throw the broom like a spear at you.
Oh dear, it's gonna get violent around here.
Oh yeah, it
Whatever.
is.
What do you put in yours? I do a veggie one and then I do a meat one because Kelly likes the meat, but I like the veggies.
well, usually we order a calzone and it's ricotta, mozzarella, pizza dough, folded over and
That's about
cooked.
it. Just the cheese.
But you can add meatballs and sausage and you could add stuff to it if you want.
Like, I'm trying to find recipes for like making food on my own. I'm trying to find more recipes of things that I will eat. And I'm realizing as I'm going through these recipes, I'm realizing how many things I don't actually know how to make. Like I don't know how to properly cook bacon. I don't know how to
Well, Mike, unfortunately, all the circuits are upstairs or downstairs with me. So if anybody can turn off the power to the rest of the house, it's me.
Oh dear.
Yep.
So
So
as
now-
Friday, I think I'm going to go up for another rapid test on Friday, and if that comes back negative, I'm going to come upstairs and we're going to be able to do the pizza stream. It's been about 7 days since the possible exposure, so if anything hasn't been in the bloodstream or detected in the bloodstream in 7 days, I think I'm pretty safe.
Yeah.
Is the rapid test a blood test or
Still in the nose.
Oh,
That's
is
why I
it?
won't do it.
yeah.
Like, I thought
It's
about
not-
getting a rapid test, but no.
It's actually not as bad as I thought, you know.
Is
Oh,
it
they have a saliva one. Sorry.
But thank God somebody went live today because I was sitting down here bored.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that I could keep you from being bored. I was bored. I don't. It's avoidance behavior is real, people, and I don't want to clean my floors
Or paint walls or anything else.
or cook dinner. That's right. Well, we're having tacos for dinner.
Taco
Yes.
Wednesday.
Taco Wednesday for this fam.
Billy made a great taco type or whatever they were called last night. It was from
Shrimp tacos.
shrimp tacos from it was one of those Hello Fresh meals. That was
Oh.
delicious.
Nice.
So, does she like slide your food under the door, or do you actually get to go?
She puts it at the top of the stairs. And he comes up and gets it. Like
In a little dish.
Like a little prisoner.
So how does the dog not invade in his food? Because I'm seeing this little, like dog bowl set at the top of the stairs. So that Tracy,
But no. She hands me the plate. The worst part about it is the dog doesn't like stairs, so the dog doesn't come downstairs. So I haven't been around the dog in a couple days either.
And he's sad because he misses her.
Oh.
I'm pretty convinced she doesn't realize that he's downstairs. I think she thinks he's gone.
he's gone. Hey, guess who forgot to put her phone on Do Not Disturb?
You?
Whoop, hello. So let's do that really quick.
LSU mom's in the house.
LSU mom in the house.
What's
Annie
up,
says,
Mel?
I got your Instagram message. Sorry, I haven't replied yet. That's okay, Annie.
It looks like she's having a hurricane party.
Mm.
Yeah, like enough to fill the American is it American alphabet and the Greek alphabet.
Mhm.
So they're on the last letter of the Greek alphabet now.
Where do they go from there? I mean, it's what do they got? Like one more month of, or is it November? It's over, right? November 1st,
Yeah,
the
the end of
hurricane
November.
season.
I think it's the
End
end of
of
November. But yeah.
Surfer girl Sherry's in the house.
You sure?
Hey Sherry, what's up? One Stop Mouse is in the house.
Yeah.
So many mouse friends in the house. Okay. So my calzone. Let's talk about that.
Your calzone. So what's your calzone consist of?
My calzone, I take homemade bread, and well, actually, it's that frozen homemade bread that comes in the loaf, right? And I set it out the day before. I let it rise overnight, and then when I'm getting ready to cook it, I'll flatten it all out, and then I'll brush it with olive oil, and then I'll put my veggies in it or anything I'm going to put in it, and my mozzarella cheese, and then I like braid it over the top and squeeze my little edges closed, and then I brush the top with olive oil, and I sprinkle it with cornmeal, and then I bake it. But then while all that is going on, I make a homemade marinara to dip it in.
Don't do this to me.
One so chooses.
No. No.
Speaking of the dog,
He won't let me rest. Why?
he misses Tracy.
No, he doesn't.
No, he does not. He does this every time I'm sitting on my computer.
I'll be right back.
Where are you going?
And I thought my cat was bad. Dad Bill says we got a full house today. Yes, we do.
And Curly Sue, no, Curly Sue. That was a bad picture. But everybody much got that picture. It's just new people that just haven't started seeing it yet.
They'll see it soon enough.
Oh dear.
Why would they see it soon enough? Pete's already shown it on Monday night.
Carlos, multiple times. Not Carlos. Garrett, multiple times.
Garrett loves to show that. Looks like Rhonda from Dances with Goofy Adventures is here.
Hello, Rhonda. Hello. I'm making my gifts for our members. That's what I'm doing today. Kat says, time for school or you get me, LOL.
Oh, he sits here while I'm in class.
So Mike Wheeler wants to know, so Kenzie, how many brownies did Baby Yoda eat?
Nah, it was a lot. A lot of it was me eating them.
That was adorable, I have to add.
I
Super
had a
cute.
lot of fun editing. I filmed it last Friday, and I got so busy this past weekend, I didn't get to post it on Saturday. So I posted it yesterday. And then I recorded for this Saturday's Vlogtober yesterday. So that's going to be posted this Saturday. And that's carving pumpkins.
Ooh, that would be fun. I didn't get to do the carving pumpkins with Tina and Russ. I missed
Yeah, I had
out.
fun doing that one, and I did another one I'm pretty happy with, and then Matt did one.
So, are you going to be able to do scary stories tonight, Mama?
I was going to ask you, are you doing it at your normal stream time or are we doing it at an alternate time?
No, I'm going to do it my normal stream time.
I probably could. How are you doing it?
Well, it's basically, we're just going to do it ad-lib style. So, except for words, we're just going to do sentences. So, everyone will ad-lib a sentence and continue the story and see where it goes from there. So
is anybody going to be typing out the story as it goes on so we can read the whole story at the end?
that's a really good idea. Probably should do that.
It's just an idea.
I'll see if someone, I'll commission someone to do that.
All right.
We'll see.
So yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. I think I might. I wish I could get Taylor to play more of an active role in some of it. Like I thought he would do the pumpkin carving, and he was like, "No, Mom." But he doesn't like to get dirty. Hi, Preston.
Producer Preston.
Mr. Preston. I got to get more ribbon. So, Tina, have you tried diamond art yet?
No, not yet.
So Tina, kids on break from homeschool.
Yeah.
Tina's on break from homeschool anyway.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta get to class.
All
Chatting. I might be in chat secretly in class. So I'll see you there.
All right, have fun.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, there's Garrett. We were just talking about you
Garrett.
and your wonderful creativity.
Is it really creativity if he just takes screenshots and like cuts out heads of people and puts them on robots? Is it really creativity, or taking a screenshot of people's heads and putting them on Jeff from Desert Dreams butt?
Yeah, I heard we made it to Jeff's butt. I'm like, we are famous now.
I'm still demanding restitution for that one.
Restitution.
Garrett's going to have to pay for my therapy bills.
Right.
Wow. Poor Garrett. Too bad Garrett doesn't get in front of the camera, because I would let him come on and defend his poor little self.
I'm just surprised he doesn't get himself a sock puppet and just sit there and go like this in front of the camera.
Give him ideas. Don't give him ideas. This is kind of hard to do. I don't know if I'll be doing it like this anymore.
But
it's imagination. That's what it is. Tracy, don't you know?
Don't I know?
Dances with Goofy says it's imagination. Restitution and therapy. Yes, it's going to cost Garrett a lot.
What's so funny, Tuna? Are you thinking of the sock pocket? Could you imagine it? Hi, my name is Garrett.
I've actually already decorated the sock puppet in my head now. It's got like 2 red button eyes. One is small and one is big. And it's got this big old smile and yawn for a mouth.
Wow. So you know he needs this for Christmas, right? Someone needs to make Garrett a sock puppet. Actually, everyone needs to make Garrett a sock puppet.
Okay.
Oh, here they come.
Oh, Lord.
Here they come.
They're so funny. They're cute.
They
They're
are.
cute. Let's see. I told him I missed a golden opportunity with the pumpkin heads.
Yeah.
This is true, but it's never too late.
Oh,
You guys have another stream. What, tonight? I think it's tonight.
Yeah, they do a stream. What, Friday, Sunday, and Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Which is always on pretty late in the night because they're like, I mean, for them it's like 7 o'clock. For us, no. In fact, I think it's 6 o'clock when they go live. Because if they go on at 9, it's 3 hours behind. So they're over on that West Coast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I typically I can't make it through. Like, I mean, not that it's not entertaining, because oh Lord knows it is, but I mean, this old lady goes to bed at 8 o'clock at night, which is about when they're beginning. So yeah. But they are always entertaining. So if you guys haven't seen one, make sure you go watch Fish Eyes.
Did you stop the stampede, Tina?
Came in to tell me the oven beeped. I put bacon in the oven. So
The
that
what?
it's warm. bacon.
They're baking something in the oven.
I put bacon in the oven, like, you know, I put strips of bacon across a piece of parchment paper, and then I stick it in the oven at 350 for 20 minutes, and the oven beeped, so they were just notifying me that their delicious bacon was done.
So you're feeding your kids bacon for treats.
Yeah.
I'm not going to touch that.
Yeah. I can't have pets that have fur, so they get the bacon strips.
Okay, that's where I was going to go with that.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Oh, Lord.
Boo to you, Dawn from the hit. No, it's Hitchhiking Bones. That's
Gone.
Dawn.
It is Dawn. Boo to you as well. Thanks, Mama and Tracy, for the mention. You bet. You betcha.
All I want to see is
No puppet emojis. No, unfortunately.
we really need to have a Garrett sock puppet.
I need to make a Garrett members emoji. Oh. This might be possible. We'll have to see.
Oh my word.
And what we'll do is we'll just have a stream of like 4 puppets of Garrett, me, Diz Our Dream, and whoever else he aggravates. And what we'll do is we'll get together and we'll just do a mock Garrett sock puppet stream.
I love it.
And what we'll do,
love it.
and what we'll do is we'll just go and say how he normally talks behind that camera. Michelle, you have to do this. You have to do. Oh, look at there, you guys. Be careful with the oven. Don't burn the house down.
Yes, the sensible one.
Uh,
Oh, look who's here. It is the woman who made me cry this morning.
Oh, sorry about that. How are you? How are you?
I am good. I am good. I am good. How are you? Awesome stream, by the way.
Thank you so much.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one that didn't know what some of those things were.
I know. Thank you for the support of not knowledge with me, because I was like, what? Where is that?
Right.
How will I lose subs, Monarch Moments, if we do a mock documentary of Garrett?
Garrett, you would not lose subs. You would not. Okay.
Hi,
there.
Kelly. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you? It's so good to be here with Mama and you and Tina. She'll be back, I'm sure.
Hopefully, unless the children found the duct tape.
That is true.
The last time I was on, they found scissors. So
Yes, it did. Oh Lord! I made my husband go back and watch that.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for my wife to make our lunch since I can't be in the kitchen. So
Hint, hint. He says
hint, hint.
he's hungry.
it's about that time.
It's getting close to being hangry.
So Kelly was talking on her stream this morning. By the way, this is Kelly with the Mickey Bunch. If you guys don't know her, you must go subscribe to her. She does awesome shows 3 days a week. Right? 3 days a week?
3 days a week.
Yeah.
And yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You are
Today I just thought, when I saw that long list yesterday, I thought, let's go in and celebrate them and, talk about the great shows they did.
I just can't believe it. You guys haven't heard another list of things that have been canceled at Disney, and cast members have been let go.
So what else has been done?
Oh man.
The Lion King, the Festival of Lion King. I'm going to have to go off from memory because I had it saved on my phone.
The Festival of Lion King is closed.
They let all the cast members. They got the call.
That was
So-
a staple.
Right.
Absolutely.
It gets worse. Trust me.
The Hoop-Dee-Doo review, all those cast members.
I'm pulling up the list, by the way.
That's
Yeah, thank you,
horrible.
thank you. Yeah, and we talked about it on the show a little bit, but being fairly new to Disney World, I grew up on the West Coast, so Disneyland was my park. We moved to Florida just under 2 years ago, and so really getting to know Disney World, and I love all these unique things that Disney World offers. But
Hold on.
Hoop-Dee-Doo review,
They're saying Nemo, Beauty
Nemo.
and the Beast live,
Beauty and the Beast,
and the Main Street cast.
Main Street, and the ones in Hollywood as well, Hollywood Studios.
All right, so here's my problem, and this is my issue, and I understand that they're trying to cut back and they're trying to save money. What's the sense of paying this much money for? If I'm only going for rides, I go to Universal. Universal has better rides. Disney has to realize that what draws their company and what draws people to them is the atmosphere, not the rides. And
It is that immersion, right? That immersion in this world.
If you lose the atmosphere, you're going to lose customers in the long run. They're actually going to end up losing a lot more customers. Because I tell you what, if they think that the rides are what's going to keep people there, it's not going to stay. Believe me, the roller coasters at Universal are better. We all kind of agree to that. Listen, the roller coasters and the rides at Universal had that thrill to them. There's not that many thrill rides at Disney. What we go for and what we all love about Disney is the atmosphere. And if you take the atmosphere away, there's no sense of being there. And why?
Go ahead.
Why? And that's how they got those of us who are DVC members. That's how they got us into DVC, is the atmosphere. You lose the atmosphere. Why won't I just turn around and sell my DVC points out and then turn them in? Be done with it. If I'm done and paid off all my DVC points and I can turn around and resell and collect 100% of the profit on that, and now I don't have to pay for the yearly dues and the upkeep and all that other stuff, I'm out. I can go someplace else and get the atmosphere.
Well, and I think Kelly said, this may not be a permanent thing. These things might come back or even be replaced with even better things, such as the Hoop-Dee-Doo review. What was it? There was another one that they were looking at replacing. Anyway, the list that I have is Festival of the Lion King, Citizens of Hollywood. I don't know what that is.
That's
the roaming characters. Yeah,
that's the ones where they do they're acting as the director. They're acting as and that's the small thing that pulls people into watching.
It makes it immersive. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not even only that. It's okay. So what do we have at Hollywood Studios? We have Mickey's Runaway Railway. We have Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, the Slinky Dog ride, and the Star Wars ride. That's holding people's attention. Okay. If you don't right now, the restaurants aren't all open, so a lot of people aren't in the restaurants. You can't wait in line at the quick service meal, so you got everybody else roaming around. If they're saying that they're closed down those citizens of Hollywood due to the fact that people would gather around and be closer than 6 feet, and that's what they're going with, like, okay, I can understand that. Don't sit there and say they're canceling it without the option of saying, when this all blows over, we're bringing them back. Because you know what? If they don't bring them back, that's what keeps people from going to. If I've got 10 or 15 people watching this Hollywood, the citizens of Hollywood, that's 10 or 20 less people I have in line for Rock and Roller Coaster. That's 10 or 20 people less in line for Tower of Terror. You close down Beauty and the Beast live stage show and you don't open that up in the future, how many people were watching that show not in lines for the other rides?
Right.
So
It
that's
does
the
help
biggest,
disperse the crowds.
and that's the biggest problem with taking and turning away and turning off these extra little things that are. This is the little stuff that pull people away from standing in line for roller coaster rides or standing in line for their theme park rides. If my majority of time is going to be standing in line waiting for a ride to go on, that's not the atmosphere I signed up for. Disney, I love you, but you're messing up. You're screwing up somewhere.
So the one that got me was the Jedi Training.
Oh my God, yes, me too. I literally tearing up a little bit about that.
Right. Well, and
I think that will be one that'll return, because you can see
sure.
how it would be hard now to social distance the kids and the crowd of parents and standerbys. But that I feel like will return. I mean, I don't know anything nobody else knows, but just the list just keeps coming, and we all love Disney. We love Disney, obviously. But like you're saying, it's what makes Disney different than that, like a theme park. I don't go to other theme parks. I mean, I do have a Universal Pass. I go to Harry Potter World, but you know, it's is that magic, that immersive, that you believe the unreal. You know, when you walk down Main Street, you're in the early 1920s or whatever. You're just, it's amazing. And each land, you know, it's those cast members, those characters, those shows that just bring it all to life. And like Tracy said, you know, I'm always happy when I walk by one of those filled up shows, because I'm a rides and food and shopping person. So I'm like, oh yeah, you people stay over there. Let's go get on the ride. But, you know, like if you're bringing all different ages, maybe older people don't want to go ride Rock and Roller Coaster, but they can go watch Beauty and the Beast, you know, or maybe you have little kids, you know, it's just, I think it is missing that thing that is magic, that is Disney, when you take out so many of those those shows, cast members.
I wish that Josh, right? He's the head guru. Is it still Josh? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
I wish he would come out and tell us what the grand plan is, so that we weren't so disgruntled about losing Yeehaw Bob.
Oh my gosh, I love him.
Right? And all of these other amazing shows, Finding Nemo and God, Beauty and the Beast, and I don't know, there's like the whole list. But then we would understand what the focus is, and we understand they're trying to keep the guests safe. That is awesome. That's always been their number one priority. I totally applaud them for that. But I think we're at the point where we need to know, why are we still letting people go? Why are we not focusing on bringing back some of the magic versus letting more of the magic go and making it? I mean, one day I'll feel like, you know, this COVID thing is going to end someday. And then I hear, you know, news from Disney, and I'm like, oh my God, this is never going to end. So I just think they need to talk to us. They need to let us know what is happening before they, you know, they lose everybody. I don't know.
I know. I agree. I agree.
I don't know if you guys touched on this while I was dealing with bacon, but they just announced the makeover of the front gate of Disney World, but you don't have the money to pay your cast members. I'm sorry, I'd rather have all that entertainment than a brand new refurbished gate for your 50th anniversary. I don't care. I don't care about a different color castle. Get Tron done. Get the cast members back in. Fix your priorities.
So, Kelly, oh darn it. The 50th anniversary is 2021. Is that right?
October 1st, 2021.
I just can't imagine the magic not being, you know, in full force for the 50th anniversary. A painted sign is not going to make it a magical experience. I don't know.
Well, I think, and what left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths is the same time they announced the 28,000 that would be laid off, myself included. is the same day they announced that all of the high up execs were going to be receiving their multi-million-dollar pay again. So that, I think, kind of hit people wrong, you know?
Wrong. There's no way to hit that right.
Right. Even Walt Disney's granddaughter came out talking about it. So I do see that, and I like what you're saying, Momma Mouse, is that give us the method to the madness here. Tell us, you know, Disney doesn't like to do that. I mean, you know, they like to kind of spring things on you. But give us, you know, hope. Give us, you know, like when you mentioned Yeehaw Bob, I mean, that is part of that magic that just, and those hidden little wonderfulness that is Disney World. Disney World is so big, and it has all these little hidden gems that just have become tradition and fantastic. I only went and saw Yeehaw Bob once, and I feel like I love him, and you know, just knowing he was there was so nice, you know, and he loved his job. He does have a YouTube channel where he goes live every Sunday, but you know, it is heartbreaking. It's not just change. You know, people say, well, you got to change, whatever. But there are some things that this is a lot of change. This is like, so we're all just sort of trying to absorb it and not really understanding, you know, in my mind. You know, we're all Disney fans. We love Disney, even though, you know, I got the call. I will forever love Disney. I'm obsessed with it. I get it. But just these just seem to not, they just keep coming, you know, these cuts.
Right. Now, somebody said something about California, and I missed it. I need to go back up.
And you know what? I wouldn't mind the cuts if they drop the price on stuff.
That's true. Ticket prices have not changed.
If your ticket prices are staying the same or going up, and you're cutting out stuff, it's not worth the price. It's not worth the cost.
No. And I think maybe that's why so many people are wanting to get these season passes, me included. If I have a season pass, I'll go, you know, I don't know. I don't get it, Disney. I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm hoping annual passes come back. But like you, I think when you looked at Disney pre-COVID, you really got a lot for your money, because you could go see a Broadway quality show. You could, you know, eat fantastic food. You could shop. You could ride rides. You could be immersed, meet characters. I mean, there was so much value. And then even when you're not at the parks, what was offered at the resorts, like Yeehaw Bob, like Hoop-de-Doo Review, right? is there's so much value for that Disney dollar. Really, I mean, just amazing value for your dollar. But now you're sort of like, without those things, is that dollar still getting you the value?
What are they going to do for that kiddo that is on their Make-A-Wish trip? And, you know, their biggest wish was to meet Cinderella, or, I mean, I can't think of an example other than my own sons, and that is no longer available. So, you know, it doesn't matter. You can send them to California, you can send them to Florida. They're not going to get the experience either way. And, you know, that just breaks my heart. I don't know.
You got me crying.
I mean, there's other things that I don't know that they have. I don't know if I kind of missed your show this morning, but like when you're at the resorts, they usually have a bonfire, or, you know, they have the fire pit going in some of the resorts. They'll have the outdoor movie theater going on at the hotel. That's stuff that was just part of the price, and that's the reason why you pay that much for your hotel. You're paying for it because of all the other stuff that they do with it. If they're not doing that stuff, they're almost putting themselves in. I think I kind of missed it when I went wacky. If they came out and said, listen, this is only temporary until everything kind of comes back together, I'm willing to pay the price if I know that there's stuff coming back. If they're not telling me it's coming back in the future, there's no sense in me spending that money. correct?
Doesn't it seem weird? Yes. And I was thinking the same thing too. I was totally thinking the same thing. Let me touch on a couple of people in chat. This is just ridiculous, letting all the people off when they're still getting paid and they don't have to worry about their bills. Amen to that. Yes, get Tron done so the train can come back. It would be awful if there was no train for the anniversary or the TTA. You know, what is happening there? If we had a virus vaccination, I believe it would be back by October. But they have to distribute that vaccination and they have to convince the world that this is the right thing to do. I believe in vaccinations. I kind of want to see you do it before I do it because I want to see what happens to you.
Well, vaccinations, right. Vaccinations actually take a long time to come together. So a quick one, we don't know, you know.
And by the time there's a vaccination that's 100% for this virus has already gone through. And it's like the Spanish flu. If you're looking at the Spanish flu in the 1819 in the early 1800s or 1900s to 1918 to 1920, that was the Spanish flu era. 3 or 4 years, maybe at the most. The height was probably in 1820. By the time it's done and over with and they have the vaccination for it, it's already worked itself through.
Exactly.
So
it's mutated.
It took a year and a half to work itself out without government intervention.
But it keeps mutating. I mean, even now, even thus far, it has mutated, and people that have had it before are getting it again, and they're getting it worse the second time. And he says, I need to cut back because the money isn't coming in, but they're taking too much away, and this is just the parks have opened back up. And somebody said that they're convinced that the California governor is trying to take down Disney single-handedly. Exactly, yeah. Kelly. Southwest Airlines CEO announced that he will take no salary through 2021 and expects we'll take a pay cut so that they can avoid layoffs. #leadership. Amen.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The hats off to him for sure. Now, flights are still expensive. Let's not be fooled.
It depends, honestly, on where you are and where you're going. Because, like, I've been hearing, my next door neighbor just got a $12 flight to New Jersey.
What? From Orlando?
From Orlando. And then her flight there and back was under $40.
Okay, girl, find me one of those from Kansas City to Orlando.
But, like, my kids live in, some of my kids live in Arizona. Flights from Phoenix to Orlando really haven't changed that much, honestly. But it does seem dependent on where you're going. I know that tri-state area, super cheap. So maybe get a flight there and then, you know, take one. But yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy.
Dances with Goofy says, I don't think they're doing the Make-A-Wish program. They are not currently. That is correct. But I know that they're trying to bring it back. I don't know. I just don't know what's going to happen first. Right. The band at the Grand Floridian, yeah, that went a bit ago, a couple weeks ago. They went, and Josh from Resort TV went. That was like his favorite thing. He loved that band. We would go and sit in the Grand Floridian and listen to the band. My Disney bucket list. This is so ridiculous. But I want to dress up really nice, like in a formal, and just dance with my husband to the piano guy, the guy that plays the baby grand piano. That is like a total bucket list. I wanted to organize something for Kenzie's graduation since she didn't get to have her prom. Well,
oh wow,
we know that didn't happen. So anyway, that was like my bucket list thing.
I love that idea. I love that idea because, you know, there is something just so magical when you walk into the Grand Floridian and you hear that orchestra, you hear that piano, And it's so beautiful. I always feel a little bit underdressed. Like, how are they letting a scrub like me in here, you know, in my park clothes? So I love that idea of dressing up, and that's where the magic is, because you're not just walking into, you know, a lobby of a hotel. You're walking into the Grand Floridian, and you believe, you know, it's just, I love that idea though. I'm stealing that. I love that idea. So I guess I could bring my little Casio Momma Mouse and maybe play chopsticks on it or something, and maybe you and Kelly could dance to that.
I'm in that. Perfect.
It would be the same.
Perfect.
But we're also in that same position where that's that atmosphere that you're looking for. Okay.
Yes.
Look how much, if you're paying cash to stay at the Grand Floridian, you're not paying cash for the bedroom, just the hotel room. You're paying for that atmosphere that you're walking in, that you're walking through, and you're seeing that band, and you hear that band as you're checking in, as you're going to the hotel or through the lobby to the parks. You're paying for that atmosphere, and the more you take away from that atmosphere, the more the price doesn't hold up. If I was paying cash for the Grand Floridian, there is no way I'm paying that much money for a much more crowded park now, because all the other stuff is kind of gone, right? Half of your line, it's just, I don't see how they, in business, again, I think what they really have to do is pretty much say, this is what we're doing for a stopgap measure, that we are not completely ending this here. We expect in 2 years, and say, even if you said, listen, in 2022, we expect to have the full orchestra back. We expect to have the piano guy back. We expect to have somebody in Yeehaw Bob's type of, even if Yeehaw Bob decides not to come back, we're going to find somebody to take his place, or we're going to bring that kind of show back. We can see the Hollywood studios, the Main Street characters. We can see this all coming back. But at least let us know that this is a future plan on bringing it back. And realistically, I mean, they didn't do this much cutting after 9/11. They just stopped doing a couple of the stuff. And that was a lot bigger of a hit than what they're doing now. I don't know. I think they got to get out in front of it, because they're pissing off, pardon my language, you're pissing off your core fans. When you lose your core fans, those are the people that are coming back every year, that don't have a problem with the crowds, don't have a problem with your prices, don't have a problem with that. Once you lose those, you're not going to get those people that are coming down once in a lifetime, all the time. That's not going to take care of you over forever. That's just my bit of advice. And again, a business plan. That's why they can still continue to raise their prices, because they know that their core fans are coming back. You lose your core fans, you lose your business.
Here we are complaining, justifiably 100%. But can you imagine these people that this is a once in a lifetime trip?
I've been telling everybody, this
is what they get.
And I've been telling everybody, if someone like us, for Disney fans, and I've been since the beginning of this whole lockdown and them opening back up, if you're like one of us, or core Disney fans, and you want to go down to Disney, enjoy the time you're down there, because we know what Disney Real is, and we know what Disney Light's going to consist of. If we know that Disney Full's coming back in the future, the fireworks, the parades, and all that stuff, we know that's coming back. That's fine. I've been telling people, if this is your once in a lifetime trip, heck no, don't go, because you're not going to enjoy what you have fully with this. If you're expecting a full Disney adventure, don't go now. Wait until it's fully open. And if they're saying they're cutting more and they're not giving us a time frame on that full Disney's coming back, I would tell people, listen, if I had a choice right now, I was saving my money to go to Disney World or go to see the Grand Canyon, I'd be saving my money to go to the Grand Canyon. Do you know what I mean? I'd go out and enjoy the Grand Canyon in the wide open spaces.
Have you seen it?
I've never been to the Grand Canyon. I would love to go to the Grand Canyon at least once.
Oh my God, I cried.
I
know that sounds ridiculous.
Surreal. I'm from Arizona, So, you know, there was many a school field trip and a family trip to the Grand Canyon, but it is breathtaking. You just, you almost can't believe it, right, Momma Mouse? You look at it and you're like,
I went, and then I just started crying. I'm like, oh my God. Because, you know, my dad's like, it's a hole in the ground. You don't, you know, and oh my gosh.
And I understand it. That's what I've said. It's a big hole in the ground. I would love to see it at least once. My plan in the future, or what I thought would my plans in the future, was sell the house, buy a camper, buy a base of operations down in Florida. You know, summertime, go up north, travel up to North Country, west, and during the winter, travel to Southern Country. That way, you don't have to worry about the snow during the summer. And go see those things that you want. 2 or 3 years, you see all the things you want to see, and you want to just sell the camper and sit back down and settle down. Once I'm retired and whatever, that's something I could look forward to.
I love that.
Right now, if Disney's not looking to bring back what they have, why would I settle on Florida? I can do the same thing and live in Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, somewhere that, you know, that I don't have to worry about the crowds and the crowds and other stuff. I can go someplace else and easily settle down and buy a camper and be out of that way.
If we were buying a house in Florida simply for Disney, we probably would have aborted the plan already. You know, so this is the true testament for us. If we're moving down there simply for the mouse, or if we're moving down there for, you know, the Florida life, so to speak.
Right.
And I can honestly say if Disney went away today, we would still be moving down to Florida.
But you also have...
I'm with you on Momma Mouse. In fact, that's what we did 2 years ago. My husband said, I want to move to Florida. So we moved to Daytona Beach. So we're living that Florida beach life, but I'm only an hour from Disney. So,
and you know what? Well, the same thing. You're down in the Daytona Beach area. Daytona Beach, beach shores, whatever. You have that beach life. I can get the same beach life in OBX, Outer Banks. I can get the same beach life in Jersey Shore. I can get the same.
You know how
beach
cold
life.
that water is?
I know, right? I'm like, wait,
what? What I'm saying is I could beach bum.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
And like I said, if that was my plan on traveling the country after I retire with a camper, you know, and all I have to do is find a base of operations. I can live anywhere and be a base of operations. Right?
Right. Very true. So I have a question, and please, you know, I apologize for my ignorance, but Garrett keeps referring to the governor as Nuisance. Is that his real name?
Yeah, I think so.
No, his name is Newsome, which I just found out because I was totally calling him New Scum for the longest time.
You know, and I don't think he's targeting Disney. I think we as Disney fans feel like the governor is targeting Disney. Don't forget that there's also Universal, SeaWorld, you know, lots of tourist attractions in California that are all being affected by this.
Right, but California doesn't have the same. Their base of operations, their core audience is their locals, correct? In California,
you know, it is its own kind of awesome magic in California. I will tell you, but it is California Disneyland would thrive even without international travel, because mostly Americans and Californians go to Disneyland. So if they were able to open, Disneyland would continue to thrive. So that is extra annoying that he's not letting them open with the same guidelines we have here in Florida, because Disneyland would rebound very quickly. And it's so sad to me. You know, that was my park all of my life. And there's so many businesses, not just Disney, that are affected by this. I mean, the entire city of Anaheim is so dependent on Disney dollars. There's the cutest little motel right backs up to Disney California Adventure called the Candy Cane Motel, and it's adorable. And I remember my parents taking me there as a child. It's so cute, so fantastic. And their kids and grandkids run it now. And I'm thinking, what's happening to them? Because they were literally all sold out all the time. And then to be closed for so long, I just pray that they are able to make it, I mean, because they opened the same day Disneyland opened. And just all those little businesses around. I mean, this is affecting so many people. And homelessness is skyrocketing in the Los Angeles and Orange County, in California. I mean, it's hurting so many people to not let them open.
They have all those. They have Disneyland, and that would be both of those two parks. Knott's Berry Farm, Magic Mountain are all like right there.
Yes, right there. It's crazy. It's so crazy. Knott's Berry Farm too is so, they're trying. I mean, they've kind of opened their restaurants and having their berry festivals and all those kind of things, and the winter chicken dinner, the famous chicken place there. So they're trying without opening the theme park. But it's really a struggle for Californians right now. So many are dependent on tourists.
I have a question, and I haven't researched this. I was going to, but that's my alarm. Okay, but really quick before I ask my question,
that was the alarm for get off the internet. You've got 12:30.
It's 12:30. Garrett said that they were thinking about moving Disneyland to Texas. And he says, I could see that happening now. And, if the California governor doesn't do something, then you bet they're going to lose a lot of those great, big, multi-million-dollar industries.
Honest to goodness, I don't know anything, but I don't ever see that happening because Disneyland is the OG. It is, I mean, literally where Walt
stood.
Yes.
That is reverent ground. It's holy ground.
Yes.
But I could see them opening something in Texas.
I could see them opening something in Texas and actually shutting down a lot in California and reallocating the funds that were going to go into Disneyland. Listen, they could easily shut down California, the DCA. They could shut down a lot of that stuff and move it to another place. And all they really need to have is Main Street. Just like Walt's original hometown, they're making money because it's Walt's original hometown.
Been there.
But you see what I'm saying is that all they really have to do is take and pretty much scale down Disneyland to where Walt's original footprint is.
Honestly, I can't see that ever happening.
I don't see that happening either. But they could take some of the money that they were going to allocate to improve that park and move it and say, you know what? If this is the way it's going on in the future, we're going to invest in other areas.
So my question a little bit ago was, what's happening in all the other Disneys around the world? So this whole Corona thing started in China, right? Don't we have, there's a Disney World in China. So are they not doing, to what capacity are they open? Are they not doing any shows? Are they not doing Beauty and the Beast? Are they not, or are they open in full magic? Does anybody know?
No one's open in full magic yet, but they are open. And they are working on rebuilding. Now, I think when, like Tracy was saying, when they reopened, we were all like, okay, we get this, that not everything. But we honestly, and I work for Disney Vacation Club. And so, that we were being told and we understood that as the reopening continued, more and more would be added, not more and more would be taken away. So does that make sense? Like, I mean, is that what you thought too? Like, oh, we're going to start here, but we're going to keep building back to where we were.
Right.
But
we're not.
It feels like we're going backwards. We're closing more.
About this. You were in DVC. You were selling DVC. Do you think they're selling any DVC right now? How do you market?
Actually, they are. I was not in sales. I was in member services. But honestly, when they were selling quite a bit, but I got the call 3 weeks ago, so I would just, my gut instinct, think in the last 3 weeks that trend of buying may not be.
I think, I mean, even if you had that stream today and they announced recently that they're pulling this, pulling this, I don't see them. How do you advertise buying DVC? Maybe you got some people that already have DVC that were buying extra.
Yes, that's what was happening a lot.
So, but
dude,
how do you market
selling? They're still selling it in the parks because I walked up to the guy at the DVC bench. By the way, hi, Mary. Thank you so much for being here, honey. Sorry, pretty intense conversation today. But I walked up to the DVC little booth thingy in the park and said, okay, if I buy into DVC today, can I buy my season pass along with it? And they said no. And I went them. I didn't say this because I'm not a rude person, but I wanted to say, then why are you standing here?
You know, honestly, I totally get this. And Momma Mouse and I talked about this because can you imagine me telling members on the phone, I'm so sorry, I can't tell you an annual pass.
Right.
That is a Walt Disney World decision, not a Disney Vacation Club decision. So I do want to make that really clear. And if I can encourage all of you, contact Walt Disney World on the contact us page, voice your concerns, because Disney Vacation Club members, especially, they've invested in, I am going to Disney every year, all the time for 50 years. The annual pass makes sense.
Kelly, when I talk to people and people ask me, was DVC worth it? And my answer is if you're ever thinking about DVC, you're not just buying in to the hotel. You're buying into the price hikes that come along with it. When we first bought DVC, the prices were a lot smaller. You know, you got to think how much food prices have gone up because you no longer qualify for the free dining plan when you go down with DVC.
Hi, Brian.
You got to look at how much it's changed between when you bought in to where it is now. What's the price of the annual pass tickets are going up? What's the cost of even a 10-day park ticket gone up? What's the price difference of food? So if somebody asks me, is DVC worth it? And I'm going to have to, and I always tell them, if you have to look at it and say, I'm not just buying into, I get a hotel for somewhat free when I pay off my DVC credits. It's what's everything else going to cost me in 20 years? If I pay this off, say I take out the DVC loan and I go for 10 years, I pay it off. What's the price difference of that 10 years? I got 50 years worth of points, but what's my price? If I'm back when I bought in, I was like, hey, listen, if I'm still going at 87, God bless me, I'm having a great time. What's my cost going to be in 50 years to continue to go?
No, wait, I'm not DVC knowledgeable. So correct me if I'm wrong, please, but you buy into the program and you pay on it for the next so many years. But once you've paid, is like you pay it off eventually. Yes.
Well, see,
once you do, are you like free forever?
Right. So this is how they kind of get you to take it. You could either take out a personal loan, right? Or you could pay for it all up front, or you could take out a loan from Disney and pay it off that way. So if say you buy a certain amount of points and you have the money sitting in a bank account and you buy all those points, that they say they'll never increase the points between the hotel. So they'll move it from season to season inside that thing, but they're not going to say, hey, listen, if it's 12 points this year and next year it's 13 points, but we had to take a point from some other season to make that work. So they're saying in 20 years, it's always going to be the same amount of points, just different areas of the year. But again, this is what they don't tell you is, yes, you can buy in, say I paid for it all up front. I have my annual dues or my services that I have to pay for. right? So I'm in like Bay Lake Tower. Bay Lake Tower supposedly has some of the smallest annual dues because of upkeep. The older your hotel is, the more expensive it's going to be because there's a lot more to upkeep. Correct? I'm also buying into the price increases from now until the end of that program, and not the price increases for the hotel. So if I buy my hotel right now, so the price per points in the future go up, but I've already bought my points, right? The cost of cash hotel, if it's $100 back when I was doing staying at an All-Star hotel, it's $110 a night, or $110 a night at All-Star Movies in the middle of July. And 5 years from now, it's $120, or 10 years from now, it's $200 a night. I'm still bought my DVC points for whatever I paid for it back then. You see what I'm saying? So that's how they kind of get you that way. But all the price increases that come along with it, because hotel prices go up, so does food prices, so does park tickets, so does all the other stuff that go along with it.
So when you book your trip, is all that stuff free, or do you still have to pay for that stuff?
You still have to pay for your park tickets. You still have to pay, if you're paying for food, you have to pay for your food.
So what's the point of DVC then?
I don't. I bought my points. I'm sorry, Kelly. I try to go ahead.
I guess I've drank the Kool-Aid. I think Disney Vacation Club is definitely worth it. But I do understand what you're saying in that, and Momma Mouse brought up, Disney Vacation Club members right now cannot buy an annual pass. Even though you've invested in Disney and said, hey, I plan to come numerous times a year, or at least once a year, or whatever. But I'm going to have to pay for tickets, not be able to get that annual pass. That's where, and understand that is a Walt Disney World decision, not a Disney Vacation Club, but that does kind of sting. I get that. But Disney Vacation Club, you do get, if you're that family that I am going to Disney, my family's going to Disney, I want to take my grandkids to Disney, I want to go to Disney, right? We're those people. Disney Vacation Club absolutely makes sense, because essentially you're paying today's prices for 50 years from now.
Correct.
Okay, for your hotel. So I've bought my little group. Now all I have to pay is my annual assessment, which if you've ever owned a condo or anything like that, you know that, hey, once a year there's this, amount you have to pay, which is $1,000. I'm going to just say around $1,000 or less, probably dependent on your points. But so if you're that family and you want to be able to take your kids and your grandkids and do all that, Disney Vacation Club is a steal. You also get things like discounts on those dining, on your food. You get discounts on tours. You get discounts on merchandise, all that kind of good stuff. So if you're a Disney fanatic, it's a great deal. If you're not, at this time, it may not work for you, but it is hard when, one of the things at Bay Lake Tower, which you probably love to go to, is being able to go to Top of the World Lounge. And right now that's not open. So that kind of stinks. And there's some of those Moonlight Magic events. I was on that team. I loved working in those Moonlight Magic events. They're not available right now. So some of those perks that we've come to really enjoy as Disney Vacation Club members are kind of missing right now. And one of those is being able to purchase an annual pass at a Florida resident discount. So
correct. So again, why does it make sense if you buy into DVC now? Like Kelly said, in 50 years, I've already paid for my hotel room now. In 20 years, if it's $300 a night to stay at a value resort, right? But I bought my DVC points back 20 years ago, and I can still get the same price of what I paid for that hotel, because value resorts are still going to go up in the future. They're still going to go up. The price of inflation, even though it's $110 or $120 a night now for a value resort, I can see in 20 years that going to be at least $200 a night, where I've already bought my DVC points and I'm staying at a deluxe resort. The way I looked at it is I'm never going to stay at a deluxe resort unless I stay at DVC points.
Yes, it's a deal. It's a deal.
I would never
for those deluxe resorts.
I would never pay full price for a deluxe resort home unless I was doing a DVC. And that's the
Right.
way I looked at it. I wouldn't. I listen. I love the DVC. I would absolutely encourage somebody, if you're really that much going into it, and with them without them selling the annual passes. And I can see maybe it's because of what's going on right now. When we bought our last annual passes, we bought them in August of last year. We had only planned on going in August and in early August of the next year. We ended up booking August. We ended up going down in November. We ended up going down in January, and then when the COVID hit. So realistically, we had planned on going down in April. We had planned on going down in June. So buying that annual pass made it easier for us to look at the prices of airlines and say, hey, listen, is it, because we went down, it was just me and Kenzie. We went down for the Festival of the Art on a last minute trip. Like, seriously, I booked it on Thursday. We were leaving that next week to go down for Festival of the Arts. If I didn't have that annual pass, I wouldn't have booked that. No way, because I would have said, no, the price for the tickets are too much for going down there. I have the annual pass. Why not book it and give it? They're losing that. People that would just go on a whim, and that's what they're losing for, like, their core audience. Again, no annual pass. You're taking away the atmosphere. I think I don't know. Again, just give us an idea of what's coming in the future. Don't sit there and say this is just gone, because if you're saying that's just gone, I would never recommend buying anything from them. If you're losing the atmosphere.
I think right now Disney Vacation Club and Florida residents are really the vast majority that are going to the parks right now. Honestly, I really believe that. And so those core fans are, we need the annual pass back. We really, really do. It just makes Mama, so much sense.
I'm going to hop out. I have to take care of some things, and I want to go out for a walk before I finish off my days in the dungeon today.
Tracy, I really enjoyed your comments. So
Kelly, I would love to have you on and we could talk DVC, because I know I'm a DVC member, and you're very knowledgeable, and having that insider information. I mean, Moonlight Magic, it seems to me the Moonlight Magic was given to us as DVC members for the loss of other things. Like, they used to give us free valet parking. They used to give us other stuff that came with DVC. We've lost some stuff that came with DVC. I think that Moonlight Magic was one of those give backs. So losing that stuff, again, how do you justify having? I would love to have you on some Thursday night on my stream.
I would love it. Definitely message me. We'll get it together.
You absolutely should. You guys absolutely should.
And we can sit there and we don't have to monopolize Mama's stream on DVC.
No, this is great. And I asked. I mean, this is part of the whole.
And maybe by then I'll be upstairs in the studio instead of the cellar dweller that I am. Guys, thank you for having me on.
Enjoy your walk.
Thanks,
have
Tracy.
A good day.
Okay, bye. So Shelly joined us.
Good afternoon, ladies.
We were just shooting the breeze about the lack of Disney.
I was catching some of that. Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Oh, this is bad.
It's heartbreaking, really, when you look at it. Oh my.
So Garrett, get your screenshot, my friend. Hang on. There you go, buddy.
No, Garrett sent this to me.
Oh, he sent it to you?
This is not my creation.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That is hilarious.
He got off too soon, so.
All right, sorry. That's great.
Happy Garrett.
That's good.
So I'm sorry, Kelly, you were saying something and I
have no idea. But that was great. I love seeing that.
On a different note, unless Tina or Shelly have anything that they'd want to add to the Disney conversation that doesn't involve zip slips.
Add what to?
Tina says, I'm out.
No, my internet cut out, so I didn't hear what was going on.
Oh, I asked if you had any additional comments that you wanted to make about the whole Disney thing.
I mean, I pretty much said what I said. It doesn't make sense to me that you're going to refurbish your front sign when your cast members are hurting, and I don't know. It's just I'm not on the board of Disney. I'm not a CEO of Disney. I don't run the parks. I don't know what it's like. I just know it from my own perspective, and my perspective is you take care of your people first, and like I think it was somebody said in the chat, one of the airlines the CEO is taking a pay cut for the whole year of 2021, and their the board or whoever the higher ups are taking a pay cut so they don't have to do layoffs. At some point you have to start thinking, how do we keep this company afloat and not make it sink? You know what I mean? It's just reprioritize, I feel like.
Or educate us.
Or educate us. Yeah, I mean,
because all we have
on in your brilliant brains up there,
right. All we have to go on is our perspective of the situation. Yeah. We don't know what the big picture is. I just think they need to educate us. Tell us what is going on in your little brain. We don't have to agree with it. Just let us in on the big secret. Yeah. So, Shelley, did you have any comments you want to add? No,
darling, I do not.
Okay, so Kelly,
I'm just not going back to Disney, I guess, until things are back to the way they're supposed to be. I'm just
exactly
biding time. Yeah,
exactly. Sorry. So Kelly, do you want to share with us what kind of crafting thing you do on a completely separate spectrum here?
What kind of crafts do? I do a lot of sewing. And then just kind of dabble in other things. Although, like all of you, I see something on Pinterest and think, I can do that. So I do scrapbooking. I do, things I probably shouldn't do, like try to make soap and bath bombs. And I like to bake, though. Baking is I love to bake. So I consider that crafting.
Yeah, sure.
And why should you not make soaps?
Probably because I don't follow directions very well.
Uh-oh. You make bath oil
I'm like,
instead of
I can do that.
All right.
Although every mistake you can turn it into a creation. Because my mom, one Christmas, she tried to make fudge and it turned out very gooey. So she jarred it and put her own label on it and gave it away as Christmas presents as hot fudge for your ice cream.
Oh my goodness, that's a great idea.
Right? It's like,
seriously,
Mom, you're brilliant. And it was so delicious too, I have to add.
I love that.
So yeah, absolutely. Well, Kelly, I'm sorry.
I made like juicy fudge one time, or what'd you call it, a runny or something. It's because the recipe said 1 can of like evaporated milk. Well, it didn't say it was a 5-ounce can, which who sells 5-ounce cans? So I got like a 12-ounce can or something. And I'm like, why is this not hardening? But yeah, so I should have been creative like your mom and used it on ice cream.
That's what she did. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. But I think that's what happened to her is that she added a can of evaporated milk, and it wouldn't set up. So my husband buys the kits, the fudge kit. So it has everything measured out for him and he cannot mess it up. So most of the time.
Smart.
Yes. Caitlin is packing because she's heading to Disney very soon. Rockin' Robin says Bob Ross of bath soaps.
Happy accidents.
Happy trees.
Happy trees. He's so like relaxing. Like his voice is just like, I don't know, him and Rob Fuzz, they would have this little, thing going on. What did you call him? Delicious? Isn't he the one you said was delicious?
I think I have called him Delicious. Rob Fuzz is a snack. He is Rob Fuzz is a snack, but he's got that velvety voice, you know, it's just amazing.
I saw him later in other chats and I'm like, hashtag delicious. He's got to think I'm crazy. But Tina, you didn't ask.
What man would not like to be called delicious? Come on.
That's true.
That's very true. Very true. Tina, did you ask who Bob Ross was?
No, I said she talked about Rob Fuzz or Bob Ross, but I caught it after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Off the wall.
Do what?
When did this turn into Pete McDevitt's off the wall?
Yeah, I don't know. It went from Bob Ross to Rob Fuzz to
going
delicious.
around the table, who's delicious? I have a list.
Oh Lord! If Rob Fuzz only knew how we talked about him in streams. Bob Ross is actually buried in a cemetery here in Orlando. Really, the same cemetery that my
grandpa was buried at. Did someone put that in chat? Because I can't see chat. Someone just commented that on one of my videos, and I was going to say that. I don't know. It wasn't about Bob Ross, but they said, "Hey, did you know Bob Ross is buried in?" So now I want to go. Anybody want to go visit Bob Ross with me?
I would if I was down there. I love cemeteries.
Okay, next time, Tina, it's a date with Bob Ross and me.
Oh, God. At the cemetery, ladies. It's not like you're going to go have coffee. You're going to go see dead people. Oh, God. Mike says not far from Disney. Wow, that's funny. Too much. Oh my, I haven't laughed that much in a while, said Jennifer. Yeah, things tend to get crazy. Archways have been the way since 2006 and needs to be done for the 50th anniversary promotional ads. Like McDonald's? No, or you mean, wait. Disney archways or the great arches of McDonald's? Yes, it's lunchtime. Just in case you're wondering.
Have you ever been to the world's largest McDonald's in Orlando?
Is it on Disney property?
No, it's close to Universal. It's off of iDrive. And I am telling you, I don't even like McDonald's that much other than their fries, but it is awesome. I'm just going to say. So it's the world's largest. It's 2 stories. They have a whole area with a brick pizza oven. And I know this sounds insane. I just went there last night. But it's the best pizza I've had in Florida. I know that sounds insane because it's at McDonald's. Brick oven pizza. They have a whole like bakery where they have like 5-layer cakes and scoopable ice cream, along with their regular McDonald's things, but also pasta, like fettuccine Alfredo and spaghetti and meatballs, things like that. And then the second floor is like kind of like a Chuck E. Cheese with like arcade games, and you can win prizes and a playland.
Wow.
And it's right across the street from Hulk Hogan's surf shop, which is kind of awesome. So.
Wow. Oh my gosh. No, I have not been there, but that may have to be something.
Seriously, get the pizza. Trust me. It is more like a personal size or maybe shareable with 2.
Mm-hmm.
Best crust ever. And you can get as many toppings and it's the same price. So $8.50 and you can choose all these toppings. It's amazing. So
wow.
Trust me, it's awesome.
I love scoopable ice cream. I'm not a huge fan of soft serve, but I mean, even like the ice cream you buy, like there's certain brands that are like hard to scoop out. Those are the best. And then there's some that you just flop it in your bowl. Those are okay.
No,
but
it is so good. And we got one of those 5-layer. It was chocolate peanut butter cake. It was so good. Yes.
Wow.
And they have this huge waffle thing that it's like individual waffles, but they're all sort of stuck together. And that too, you can get like strawberries, blueberries, whipped cream, all this chocolate chips, and it's amazing. So definitely,
Holy
it's not like
cow.
normal McDonald's. It's awesome.
Wow.
Hungry.
Yep. Gonna have to go. Tina, you do know your mic is still muted,
Seriously.
right?
Yeah, because I'm telling my kids to go smash the spider they found in their room with a shoe. That's why I muted, because they all came in running. Spider, spider, spider!
Oh dear. Francisco says Dodgers won the World Series championship. So excited for my my Los Angeles team Lakers. I did hear that. I heard that they won, which is bittersweet for Joel with Dad because he had tickets to the World Series game that was to be played today. But they won they won already. So wah wah. But I know he's still super excited.
I was crossing my fingers because I kind of felt like Jeff might be a little grumpy if they didn't win. So I was like, we need happy Jeff. Please, Dodgers win for Jeff and my Friday night streams with him. So he's not grumpy.
She's not grumpy. No grumpiness. Well, and I noticed that he didn't stream this morning. He moved it to tomorrow. So, and I had wondered if it had to do with the World Series or not. So
The celebrations.
yes. Francisco reminds everybody to bop that thumbs up, guys. Yes, that would be awesome. I love thumbs up. So thumbs down, guy visits sometimes, but I love all of our thumbs ups. So, oh, here's another alarm. Oh, I guess I could take my phone off Do Not Disturb now that I'm not using it. Or since I'm not going to be using it. All right. Sorry, had to check on something. All right. Sand Lake Road and International Drive right on the corners. Mike Wheeler seems to know where it is.
It's got all the knowledge.
And just
Tina, I
low
have
key
to...
that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
If you ever liked wrestling, that Hulk Hogan surf shop is kind of amazing. There's wax figures of like several wrestlers and like a ring and like all kinds of fun merch in there. It's really fun.
Oh, I was thinking the green guy. Wait.
Ah! No, like Hulkamania or whatever. Hulk Hogan.
Old school WW. What was it?
Right.
WWF wrestling?
Yeah, they even had like WCW from like the 90s in there, and it was really cool.
So you ladies still watch wrestling? Is it wrestling? Right? It's wrestling. No.
I
don't either.
usually say wrestling because I'm from the South, but yes, wrestling.
Tina, how do you say it?
Wrestling.
Oh, wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom says wrestle.
Wrestling. Oh dear. That's just too funny. Tina, I have to agree. If there was a spider in my room, I would come running to you as well.
Yeah, and if there was a
Me
spider
too.
in my room, I would be running from my room. I'm paranoid.
Yet you sacrifice the children to go.
If you're in your room, you deal with it.
Oh my gosh, that's awful.
If I don't get Parent of the Year this year, it's going to be a miracle.
That's hilarious.
At least you put the scissors up, so you know you don't get any sudden haircuts or anything. That was one of the funniest streams ever.
I was in edit mode, and all of a sudden I hear you say, "Tina, scissors!" And I was like, what? "Oh, okay, all right." Yeah.
Playing hairdresser just got real. Oh Lord, your kids are funny. They crack me up. So yes, Mike Wheeler, it is obvious that you have lived in Florida your entire life. That is for sure.
So,
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say they spent the entire morning making stuff to send you. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
They made the cutest little Barbie house yesterday. You guys should have seen it. It was adorable. It was all decorated with Minnie Mouse heads on the inside. It was so cute.
Oh,
So it was fun.
Yeah.
Yes. That should have been their part of their let's see, we can make that into what curriculum would that fit into? Math maybe? Math?
Dimensions of so yeah, measuring the Mickey heads or something, or measuring the box. Whoa. Measuring
Yes,
the
yes.
box. I don't know what to tell you. I don't have any more.
That message was for you, Tina.
It
Let's see. The Mickey Bunch is in the house. What is up? So, wait a minute. I am confused now. There's another. Oh, Kelly, there's another channel that I kept calling them you, and it wasn't you. Was it Hitchhiking Bones? Is that who I did it to?
maybe because I feel like Dawn and I were separated at birth. So
Oh, see, that may have been the thing. That may have been the thing. I can tell you. Because they even sent me a picture like, hey, dummy, this is us.
they sent me a postcard. So thank you so much, Hitchhiking Bones. I showed that on Monday's stream, but I love that. I love getting mail. Don't you love mail?
I do. So here's my slight confession. So we got mail. And I have an album of every piece of mail that anybody has ever sent me.
Oh my gosh, I love that idea. I'm
And I
stealing
still have
it.
filing to do. And like I would tape it to the outside so I could open up the card and still look at it. So yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Anyway, it's several pages. And look, Tina. Oh, dang it. She's not there.
I'm here.
Look. I even put the balloon in my book.
Love
Aw.
Her kids sent me balloons, and guys, they have Mickey Mouse drawn on the balloon. So it's a Mickey balloon. Isn't that just the
So
sweetest?
cute.
They're like everywhere in my book. These little balloons. I have a stack of mail to put in it. So I'm behind on my putting it in. But that's what I do with all of my mail. Like everything that people send me, I put in my little Myers and the Mouse book.
I love that idea so much. I kind of have mine in like this just little box. So I love your idea so much better.
It's kind of fun. Me and books and tubs and binders. I was the binder queen at work. Like if it could possibly fit in a binder, it went in a binder. I just felt more organized that way. And yes, my dog is barking again. So, she's a hot mess. Anyway, I don't have any other subjects. Do you guys have anything you want to discuss?
No,
It is
I guess I showed up late.
I know. Shelly's our sleep in girl. She gets lots of sleep. So you guys want to see what I'm making our members for? I think I'm doing it for Christmas. I'm just getting a jump start in it. But I'm making my little notebooks.
Aww.
So they're these little notepads.
Uh-huh.
But so I have a few of them done.
That's
But
awesome.
anyway, so and I have a few more done, but they're just not quite done. So I don't want to show them to you yet. But anyway, so that's what I'm doing for So I figured I'd start now. I'm doing the Christmas presents before I even do their Thanksgiving cards. Probably not prioritizing properly. But that's okay.
That's
Kelly, you were gonna
so smart though, because honestly, once November starts and you start inching towards things, it's like on hyper speed, right? It's so everything happens so fast.
Well, and I'm taking on this seasonal job, so to speak, and I start next Tuesday. And so I won't be live streaming at all Tuesday through Friday. And then we'll just do our normal Saturday show. But anyway, I'm going to have to move Preserving the Magic to Mondays as well. but ew, that is creepy. Like crazy creepy.
Pretty cool though, right?
It is cool. It's just creepy. You should make one that's like
Is
6
that a
foot long and put it
replica?
in your yard.
For Rob, what was his name? Bob Ross?
No.
Because we were talking about that.
He would
today.
still have the fro though.
Yes. Forever
Oh,
the fro.
Lord. That's awful. That's awful. Dang it. Now I forgot what I was saying. Oh, so yeah. So I won't be, that's why like I was like, I need to play because it's going to be, and I'll be doing that clear until the second week of December. So I'm not going to have a lot of time to do a lot of other things. But yeah. So if you guys don't see me for a while, I haven't fallen off the face of the earth. I think I'm going to do some vlogging maybe and put videos out instead of live streaming. And then I'll be dumping a lot into Instagram. So
Oh, nice.
some stuff for Instagram. Yeah. Just so people don't think that we fell off the face of the earth. So, and you are very welcome. It was fun. Eric Lee, Bob Ross. That is kind of gross. He'd have to have a paintbrush in one hand and a little afro.
Yes.
That's just, yeah. So I wonder if it's like just open or if it's blocked off. Mike Wheeler, we need more details about this Bob Ross thing.
Yes.
And T. Marie, what time is our scary story thing?
So tonight at 5, we're going to do scary stories, ad-lib style. So instead of replacing words, we're just going to go around and add a sentence and piggyback off the person before us. You guys are all welcome to join me. I will send you a link if you are interested. It's going to be a lot of fun.
You can drop it in my special chat thing if you want.
How fun.
Garrett, I will miss you guys too. So I'm kind of bummed, but this is going to be great for my family, great for Disney. So it's just something I got to do. I will make a ton of money in a very little bit amount of time. So it will be nice to support my Disney habits.
Yeah.
We'll all have to take turns doing these craft and chat things in your honor.
Please do 100%. Absolutely. But you cannot do it at my old time slot because Kelly with the Mickey Bunch does her live stream. And so everybody has to be there because it's great. Like today completely was amazing. They're all amazing, but today was especially amazing. So
I'm actually blushing. Thank you so much, Momma Mouse. That means a lot coming from you. Thank you.
Do not blush. It's very, very true. So I learned so much from your streams. Like they're very educational. I mean, in one fashion or another, I really do. I learn a lot from your streams.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You are very welcome. Shelly, I keep asking you this, but what's your future plans, sister? And she froze. Don't put me on the spot, she says.
My son is back home. He's been downstate for over a month, so I have internet issues again because we're competing for little bits. Tomorrow I got my my Halloween live stream going.
Oh, that's right. Tell us about that.
I'm calling it the Halloween Scream Stream, and I have guest Two Real Geeks on tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern time.
That'll be
and
awesome.
We're going to talk Halloween and scary movies, and I try to get them to dress up, but they're saving it for their Halloween, so I might just be solo dressed up tomorrow. I don't care. I love it. So yeah. And then they're having a live stream Saturday. They're doing a Halloween stream where they will be dressing up, and I'll be participating with that too. So.
Ooh, that would be very, very fun.
Yep, and I gotta finish spooking out my wall area back here. So I love it. I'm just a little disappointed there's not a lot of haunts up here in northern Michigan. I've always wanted to create my own haunted kind of warehouse, or I've got plans how I can switch my house into Halloween.
You should.
You know,
you should. It doesn't care if nobody else sees it. That it makes you. It's what makes you happy.
right?
So I mean, you absolutely should. That's why people decorate for Christmas. I mean, look at Pepper Tree Villa. They're already decorating for Christmas. They start in what, September, I think, something like that.
So that's what I need to start doing Halloween. You know.
Yeah, you should. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm a little concerned about Mike Wheeler though, because I don't know. Mike, are you a Bob Ross stalker? So he's so specific. Bob Ross is buried at Woodland Cemetery over in the OC behind the main building to the right of the Praying Hands section. Who knows that? Mike Wheeler. The blind man knows that. How is this even a thing?
Oh my goodness.
So there you go, Kelly. Write down the directions.
Now,
so you can...
yes, we have no excuses now, Tina. You come down, we have exact directions.
You must live stream this event. That's
Yes.
yeah, gotta be a thing. Gotta be a thing. So, and Kelly, you're gonna start live streaming in the parks.
I you know, we were kind of chatting about it in your chat. It gives me like I don't know, like it makes me nervous and shy or something. I don't know, but I'm gonna try it. You all were so supportive. I'm gonna jump in and try it.
The best live streams are the train wrecks. I'm just saying.
That should be fantastic.
This is our
Train
dream.
wreck.
This Our Dream did one time, and they didn't have audio or something was messed up with the stream. And so Kelly and I were on there like, okay, you know the Macy's Day Parade where they say, and, so-and-so's parade is flying by, and they give this really weird description of it. So we were doing that on the live stream because they had no sound, so nobody could hear what was going on. So Kelly and I are like commentating this parade going by. It was hysterical. It was just amazing. It was great.
That sounds
and people
awesome.
loved it. They enjoyed it. It was fun. So like everything going perfect and another thing a lot of YouTubers don't talk on the rides. This girl, I'm screaming my little head off. I mean, it's people, some people hate it and some people really like it. And, but it just adds a whole new element of fun. So they get to see the true thrill in your eyes. And anybody that does live stream knows what a pain in the tush it is. And it can be very frustrating. Yeah. So, and Kelly gets in this zone and he just does his thing and he just leaves me. I'm like, really? So I got really irritated with him one day and I just went and sat down and had ice cream. I'm like, you just go do your thing. I'm over chasing you. I just sat down and had ice cream. And he's asking people in chat where I went. And I was like, and I was typing in chat, I went and had some ice cream because, yeah. So.
That's great. That's always crazy. A good idea. Ice cream.
Yes. Ice cream is always, it fixes everything. Mike Wheeler reminds us that today is National Chocolate Day.
Ooh, I think I'm going to have to celebrate that.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing. Although this morning, again, thanks to you, I believe, it's your stream, I have to make a strawberry cake.
Right.
Because someone wanted to talk about these amazing strawberry shortcakes, and I don't have any shortcake, but I do have a white cake mix. Therefore, strawberry cake is in the plan.
I love it. I love it.
Yes. I'm easily influenced, apparently. Peer pressure is real.
Especially when it comes to food. For me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. My grandfather is buried in the Praying Hands section. And when I was little, we used to go visit my aunt, which Bob Ross is maybe 5 rows away from. Oh, wow. All right, so that kind of makes more sense about how you knew exactly where his grave was.
Yeah.
Oh dear, I wonder if I'll be famous enough that someone would know exactly where my grave was, unless Kelly buries me in the backyard, and then
Oh my goodness.
it'll be a mystery.
Oh
We
my.
Where
live
did she
across
go?
this, right? I told he was mad at me about something the other day, and I texted my friend and said, "Okay, if there's a big lump in the backyard, it's me because Kelly buried me in the backyard." It was awful. And we were putting in this this is horrible conversation, but it is Halloween. We were putting in this story time with Mama. We were putting in we were adding on to our driveway. And so we dug this big hole because we were going to put the cement in there. We dug the big hole, and I laid down in the hole and took a selfie and told everybody Kelly was trying to bury me in the driveway.
Oh my
I
goodness.
am so horrible. Oh my gosh. We're a hot mess. We live across the street from the graveyard. So tell me how cool. All right. In one aspect, this is really cool. In another aspect, I totally recognize that it's completely ridiculously disrespectful. But wouldn't it be awesome to have the skeletons crawling up the fence of the graveyard and then have one, right, Shelly? Have one laying down in the grass before you get to the street, and then have them like popping up out of my yard going towards my house.
That would actually look pretty cool.
That would be so cool.
Do it.
I was gonna do it, and Kelly goes, no, that's very disrespectful. I'm like, oh yeah.
I
point.
think how you can make it not disrespectful is just have Thriller playing over and over, and then that would be pretty amazing.
That would be amazing. This is so
I
true.
watched that this year. Every Halloween I watch Thriller, and I haven't watched it yet this year.
Haven't watched what? The Thriller video?
Well, the whole he did like a whole show. I thought.
Oh, like the whole making and the makeup and stuff.
Yeah.
Moonwalker or something like that. Do you guys remember that?
No.
He used to play it with the whole show. It had one of the kids from the Mighty Ducks in it. I just remember I loved it. Oh gosh, memories. But yeah. Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up.
No.
I have not watched. I used to love scary movies. And then I had kids. And then scary movies got to be scary. And same with like rides. I wasn't afraid of anything. And then I had kids. And all of a sudden, I was skeptical to get on a roller coaster or to get in Tower of Terror, or you know what I mean? Am I the only weird mom that was like that?
No, I seriously, people will not see scary movies with me because I'm like, oh my gosh, when the first teenager is killed, I'm like, oh my gosh, you know what their parents are going through? Oh my gosh, what is it? What I start I ruin it for everyone. So I'm crying, very upset, yeah, motherhood changes you. And I can't, I get too upset.
Yeah.
I just introduced my kids to horror films when they were old enough.
So what is old enough for you, Shelly? Like 3?
No. It was about, I think, 9 or 10, probably around the same ages that I started watching horror films. Actually, I saw some earlier than that, but I waited a little bit longer for them.
Well, when I say scary movie, I mean like frightening movies like Goonies and Gremlins. Those really scare me. So
But ones
horror
in
movies.
Shelly's like, wait, what?
That's about as horrific as maybe Beetlejuice on a really brave night.
Oh, wow. Okay, I do those. It's the Children of the Corn, The Shining.
Yeah,
What
no.
was on last night? Misery was on last night. I made Kelly turn it off. I'm like, no, I can't do Misery. I can't do Crazy.
Oh, she's so good in that.
Oh, I do remind my husband of that movie when he gets out of line. I'm like, would you like to, me to break your legs or anything? Like Misery?
It's called Cobbling.
So I'll be the one taking care of you. So
That's frightening. Oh, God.
No, I have to watch this every Halloween. This is
Is that Freddy Krueger? No.
this is Michael Myers, Jamie Lee Curtis, 1978.
Oh.
Love, love, love.
You know, that one though is, I mean, it's scary. My son made me watch it last year again, but it does leave a lot to the imagination, where it's just more suspenseful and not a whole lot of gore, right? Am I right?
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I like that style better than like where you see everything. Ah!
Gotcha.
So
Have you seen The Woman in Black? No. You remember. It's not jump scare. It is creepy scare.
No.
It's and it has this weird ending. You just don't even know which way is up at the end. You're like, wait, what? It leaves you so confused. But I really enjoyed it.
Babadook is a good creep scare.
What is?
Babadook. It's a book, and the mom reads it to her little boy, and then you're supposed to say Babadook, Babadook, Babadook. You know.
Oh. And then bad things happen.
It's a creep. Yeah, it's a good one. It's not too gory or anything, but moments.
Do you guys remember Poltergeist?
Yep, I know that one.
yes.
Yeah. Okay, I live across the street from a graveyard, all right? And we were putting in an in-ground pool at our house at the time. So really, people, it's not the best movie. Yes, that is it.
Oh my gosh, I was literally thinking, well, don't put it in a pool, but yeah, you had to go there.
I know, right? Well, thank God they discovered we lived on a rock bed. So rather than it being, graves that we were digging into, it was rocks. So they weren't able to do it. But I had visions of skeletons floating in our swimming pool forever. It was awful.
Oh, that's horrible.
You moved the headstones, but you didn't move the bodies.
Right? Who does that? Oh, yay. Oh, well. Anyway.
So I'm super excited tomorrow.
Yeah.
Super
excited. I bet.
Because my family, even though I've introduced everybody to scary movies, they're not into the scary movies as much as I am. So I went to New Orleans last year hoping to go to some of the the haunts there in New Orleans, and none of my kinfolk down there wanted to go. I wasn't going to go into New Orleans by myself, but at nighttime, but yeah.
I've actually been on the cemetery tour in New Orleans. My husband would only go if we went on the ghost tour. I'm kind of weird. I like to go visit. I like to go visit cemeteries during the day because I like looking at the gravestones. We always visit some old Catholic church and like to go to the headstones and just kind of like pay reverence to the people and kind of the history of it, because sometimes there's really, really old, gravestones. So I like going during the day and just kind of doing that. But my husband would only go at night for the haunting thing, and it was frightening. It was awesome and frightening. So you should do it.
St. Louis Cemetery?
Yes, we did.
That's where I went.
Yeah, so frightening. So
my kids are fascinated with ghost hunters and that whole thing like that. They like Michaela, she would love to go on a live ghost hunting thing. And Taylor, for his birthday, he's like, Mom, I want to go to an old abandoned building with my friends and hunt for ghosts. I'm like, you can't do that. It's called trespassing. You'll go to jail. So it's just weird. And then our house, and this is probably way more information than anybody in chat needs to know, but our house does have paranormal activity, and we just kind of embrace it. So we'll see apparitions, we'll see the mists. I was like one night, and I think it's someone old who's very caring. It's nothing scary, but like I was laying in bed one night and Kelly goes, "What was that?" And about the time he said that, like the covers like tucked in around me, like I was being tucked into bed. And I said, that is really funny, honey, because this just happened. And he's like, all right. And, you know, it isn't like scary. I mean, we're just like, you know, if it annoys us, we're like, that's enough, move on. Or we'll just acknowledge it and, oh, hey, what's up? It's weird, but it's a thing. So now that everyone knows that I'm crazy.
You're not crazy.
No, I love your attitude about it. You're so sweet. Like it's a grandmotherly ghost you have there tucking you in. I think it's very sweet where, you know, I would be crying in a corner or something. So I see now why you don't find gremlins as frightening as I do.
No, they're cute little fuzzy things unless you feed them
You
after
know,
midnight.
when they're no joke when they start eating after midnight. Come on. And when they jump in that pool and they start multiplying, that is, I have to close my eyes. So
Disturbing. It is. I have to admit. I'm sorry, Shelly, what?
Yeah, like when they go to the movie theater and watch Snow White. They're all in the theater doing the high ho.
yes, that's so true.
T. Marie, what happened to you? Tina's like, I'm out. Bye-bye. I'm sorry, Tina. Oh, the above ground cemeteries in New Orleans are pretty awesome to look at.
They
Yeah,
are. They really, really are. They're beautiful, number one, and then they're just so old, and you know, they're just so beautiful and reverent. And I loved it during the day.
During the day.
St. Louis Cemetery is the oldest extant cemetery in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
And they had it like number one because I think there's 3 or 4 others there in the area, but that's the oldest one. And it's just a city block size, but they have, I think, over 23,000 bodies or whatever, just in that block. So they stack them. They used to stack them on top of each other, and that kind of makes up the walls around the cemetery.
No.
And then the infamous Madame Marie Laveau, her tomb is there as well. She was the voodoo queen of New Orleans.
Wow.
But they say that she couldn't have been 100% bad or whatnot because it's a Catholic cemetery and only Catholics were buried there until sometime a little bit later when they did have the back portion, they had some Protestants buried in
That
there.
depends. If she was buried under the tree.
No, she's got, actually, I have pictures, but she's got a nice stone. And they ended up shutting it down a few years ago because people are going in and vandalizing things. So that's when they ended up making it into tours, like even just during the day is, you know, so people aren't going in there destroying things. And they broke into her tomb, or taking her like remains out of there. It's awful.
Who does that?
That's so disrespectful.
It is. Do you know why there's always a fence around a cemetery? Because people are dying to get in.
Yeah.
Where's my Halloween joke?
I have the fences, but yeah.
Tina's not amused by our.
No, I am.
Your kids weren't. They were like, bye-bye. Like, oh my gosh.
I kicked them out. I said, go behave or we're not going to the park anymore.
Ooh. It's the park.
Yeah.
Well, there's 18 people listening to us go on about graveyards.
Sorry.
But they
do have,
didn't
like, one of
expect
those-
that today.
Right? We do have one of those family tomb things. I don't know, like it's like a tomb, like a Jesus Christ tomb, but it's a building thing. And but it's not ashes, it's the thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like put in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, the coffins.
Right.
Yes.
Like in Marie Laveau's, her daughter and her husband are like buried on top of each other. They're like stacked. But there's the really big one in the middle that was used in the movie Easy Rider. it's like the Italian mafia's. It's their mausoleum. So they just keep putting them in there. They keep stacking them in. They get really big and high, and they got these beautiful statues on top. And
Garrett says this has been a cool playtime. Yeah, just wait till we do the spooky stories in Tina's stream.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
It's gonna be scary.
Oh, which reminds me, I switched my account over. So I had to delete Teemu Photography from StreamYard. And now I gotta go and purchase this one on this name so that we can have up to 10 people. So
Are you kidding me?
yeah.
Oh,
So just an FYI, when you transfer your accounts over to a brand account, it transfers over your subscribers, it transfers over your videos, it transfers your likes, but I don't think it transfers your comments, and you lose your modship. And so you have to beg for your wrench back on streams and try to remember what streams you were a mod for. And,
I don't know what you're talking about, Tina.
And you don't lose your memberships, but as you can see, like if I type something, my green little icon isn't there to show that I'm a member, but it shows it says see perks, and when I go to my memberships, it shows that I'm still a member. So I have to go and unsubscribe and then resubscribe to the memberships all over again, and you have to switch it all on StreamYard. So it's Twitch, I'm like,
It's crazy.
yeah, it is.
I saw the scissors earlier, but that they are not within reach, right? Yeah, cool.
Smart woman.
Yes. Last time she got her hair cut on my stream. I'm just saying. The Shining. I don't remember. What was The Shining about? I don't remember that. Wait, is that the one with the red rum?
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Family Hotel in Colorado, and Jack was asked to be a housekeeper of said hotel for the winter.
That's a scary movie.
He's also a writer.
It is.
So he said, it would be nice. So him and his family go there. But then he's encountered and kind of paranormal stuff starts affecting him and his mentality. And
so you know what this tells me? It tells me it would be dangerous to be a writer.
well, with Misery and
The Shining, yes. And you never go to a lake on spring break with your college friends.
Oh, you definitely go to Camp Crystal Lake for sure.
No.
And definitely don't make out with anybody, because the minute people start making out, they get murdered. So
right, I know. My dad says, "You see what happens." It's a thing.
So
oh,
true.
Lord. Anyway. All right. Well, we have been gabbing for 2 hours and 13 minutes. So I think I'll let our beautiful people, although everyone's jumping in the stream now, which is kind of funny. We talk about making out and people dying, and all of a sudden everybody pops in.
Okay, wait, I missed the making out part. Wait.
Right. Did you really? Did you miss that comment?
I think so.
We were talking about things not to do, like don't be a writer and don't stay in a cabin close to a lake on spring break when you're in college. And if you make out, you're going to die,
Don't
Yeah.
wander off on your own.
Right? Exactly. Especially on Halloween.
Yeah, there's
Where's his
few
name?
rules.
The kid, and the whole, I know the song. Shelly, do you know the song?
What's that?
1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. Heck yeah. I hate those movies too, but the song. It's just crazy.
7, 8, gonna stay up late.
How do you spell
9 and 10, you never sleep again.
There you go. That's it. It's very scary. So Amy says, don't go now. I just got on lunch break. Our conversations you will not want to eat through. Trust me today. It's just been a whirlwind.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely
friend-
hashtag replay though. It's been super fun.
It has been. You just know that it started off with Rob Fez being delicious. Chances with you. It says, my friend's just wrapping up filming on a movie where they tour all the horror locations and one ends up being real. Oh, wow. That's kind of cool. That's super cool. I'd ask
That
who your
is
friend is,
actually
but
really
obviously you don't want to share that. And that's totally okay. That's totally fine. Never wear red, especially on Halloween. Why?
Oh, don't tell Keith.
Why do you? Oh, right. Keith has to wear red.
You're hurting.
Keith is dressing up as Roger Rabbit. And never say, I'll be right back, because they never come back.
So true.
Do that. Adventures with VP, what is up? I blame you. It is your fault that I must have strawberry cake today. Hitchhiking Bones says, I gotta run and get a late lunch, right? I'm so sorry. Thanks for the combo, guys. I know I haven't had lunch either, and it's 1:39. Rob Fuzz, what? LOL, clearly I missed some bits. Oh, Lord. It's called On Location. Oh, wait. I have seen that. Like, not that specific episode, obviously, but I've seen that before. I've seen On Location before.
You want to
Don't
see
go to...
something creepy?
Do what?
You want to see something a little creepy?
Yeah, well, they go and tour all these places, and then one of them ends up actually being haunted. Oh, you said wanting to see someplace creepy. Is this the Elms Hotel? My dad laid the carpet in the Elms Hotel.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep. You guys probably don't watch the TV series American Horror Story.
No.
But you know the actress that plays Misery. She is in. She comes into the series in season 3 when it's called The Coven, and it's about the witches, and they're in New Orleans. Well, Kathy plays Madame. I don't want to say Marie Laveau. I'm trying to think of how to say her name, but she plays this character who supposedly this was her home. This was her place, and it goes way back over here. And it's huge. It's got a big courtyard and multiple levels and everything. She's possibly the world's or America's first female serial killer. This building had caught fire, and they ended up finding bodies and stuff in the walls and the floors. But if you watch the series, it goes into a little bit of her mentality and kind of the crazy stuff.
No, wait, is this like a true story that they made into a movie? Ew.
They threw parts of it into the series, and also they what's her name? I keep wanting to say Angelica Houston, but that's not her. But anyways, they also have an actress that plays Marie Laveau, the Voodoo Queen. But yeah, this is her place. I went around taking pictures trying to see if maybe I'd catch a ghost in the window or something, but I didn't catch anything.
That's funny because, yeah, I get that.
Nicolas Cage once owned this property.
Oh, wow.
He let it go into foreclosure for some reason.
Probably because it was haunted and you want to go inside of it.
Yeah, just didn't want to deal with it.
Ladies, I guess they're sisters or something. They own it now. They don't do any touring. They used to do tours here, but not so much. But also, Nicolas Cage spent $250,000 to have a pyramid built in the St. Louis cemetery. So they removed other bodies so that he could have his big pyramid there.
Put it down.
Rock and Robin, I remember that now that you say that. That's funny. In Star Trek, if you wore a red shirt, you were going to die.
Yep, it's in the French Quarters. Yep.
That's just too crazy. Too crazy. Yeah. All right. So for more spooky talk, T. Marie's stream this afternoon because we're going to tell scary stories, ad-lib scary stories. So it will be okay. So now I'm looking at the windows to see if there's like a ghost or anything in there.
Right. That's
So anyway, guys, thank you everybody in chat for just all of your interaction and offering your opinions on the whole Disney thing. And then, of course, all of our little scary stories and whatnot. So thank you all so much for being here. I will catch you in T. Marie's stream this afternoon while we tell scary stories.
I'm looking forward to scary stories.
Yes. All right, guys, thanks for being here. Talk